It was a quiet evening in our suburban home, and our servant Robert knocked on my bedroom door. "Mrs. Thompson, may I set the table for dinner?" he asked politely. "Not yet, Robert. I'm not hungry yet." Then I added, "Robert, can you do me a favor?" He nodded eagerly. "Sure, ma'am. Anything you need." I took a dramatic breath. "I'm not feeling well. My muscles are aching. Could you warm up some oil and give me a quick massage on my hands and feet?" Robert hesitated for a moment but agreed. "Sure, Mrs. Thompson. I'll warm up the oil and be right back." That night, I was wearing a light dress, something comfortable for being around the house. I lay down on the bed, waiting. Robert returned in about 5 minutes with the warm oil and stood by the bed, looking a little uncertain. I pulled my dress up to my knees and said, "Start with my feet, Robert." Rub the oil in gently. He knelt down and said, "Yes, ma'am," and began massaging my feet with the warm oil. His hands were strong from years of hard work. I shifted slightly, letting the dress slide up a little more, hoping to get his attention. I noticed that he was looking at my legs, his attention drifting. His grip tightened. The massage became more intense. After a while, I shifted to my stomach. "Robert, my back hurts too. Can you massage there too?" He paused, his voice uncertain. "Mrs. Thompson, I'm not sure if this is appropriate." I reassured him. "Come on, Robert. Don't be shy. You're my employee, and I'll give you extra money for it. It'll help with your family expenses." I knew he sent money to his wife and children in another state, so I hung up on the suggestion. Reluctantly, he lifted the dress a little and began to massage my lower back. I could see in the mirror on the wall that his eyes were wandering over my figure. "Make sure to get the knots out," I encouraged. His hands were shaking slightly, but he continued, his touch strong from experience. A few minutes later, I turned back around. "Now my shoulders and arms, please." Robert's face flushed. "Ma'am, this is getting a little personal." I took his hands and placed them on my shoulders. "Robert, just try. Doesn't it feel good to help someone?" He stammered. "Mrs. Thompson, if Mr. Thompson finds out, I'll lose my job. I'm just a simple man trying to make a living. How will I support my wife if I get fired?" I leaned closer. "Don't worry about it. My husband has been away on business for 2 months. It's just us. There's no one else in the house." I promised him more money, better opportunities. "If you do what I want, I'll make sure you're ready for life. No more hassles sending money home. I'll take care of your family, too." He looked torn, his eyes conflicted. I could tell he was fighting his own desires, pulling back. I knew he missed his wife, the closeness of home. "Robert," I said softly, "I'm so lonely without my husband. And you must miss your wife, too. Why don't we comfort each other? We're both adults. We both need this connection." I wrapped my arms around him, pulling him closer. But in one swift movement, he pushed me gently away, pulling the blanket over me to cover me. He pulled back, bowed his head, folded his hands. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Thompson," he said firmly. "I can't do this. I love my wife too much to cheat on her, and I won't cheat on Mr. Thompson either. It would make me unfaithful." His words hit me like cold rain. "We're poor, yes, but we live honestly. I know Mr. Thompson travels a lot for work, leaving you alone. But that doesn't mean you should stray. Talk to him, maybe he'll understand. Love is about trust, after all. And he's working hard for your happiness." He apologized if he overstepped the mark, but his sincerity was undeniable. My face burned with shame. I couldn't even meet his eyes. What he said made sense. It stung like the truth I didn't want to hear. Robert folded his hands again. "Mrs. Thompson, I think I should quit. I'll leave tomorrow and find another job." I pleaded. "No, Robert. Don't do this. I'm the one who messed up." "I'm so sorry," but he insisted. "It's better this way. You're young and attractive, and I'm not made of stone. I don't want to risk being greedy, for both of our sakes." I begged for forgiveness, admitting that I'd lost my way for a moment, and letting loneliness cloud my judgment. "People make mistakes," he said softly. "Just talk to your husband. Things will get better." The next day, Robert packed his things and left our house in peace. He had forgiven me, but because of my mistake, I had lost a loyal, hard-working employee, a good man who deserved better. The incident changed me. I reflected on my marriage, on the emptiness that had driven me to such despair. My husband, David, was a successful executive, always traveling to conferences and meetings around the country. We had been married for 5 years, but recently, Our relationship had degenerated into routine phone calls and quick weekends. I missed the passion, the intimacy we once shared. Robert's words echoed in my mind. Love is about trust. Maybe it was time to rebuild. A week later, I decided to surprise David on his next trip. He was in New York for a big deal, so I booked a flight and showed up at his hotel unannounced. When he opened the door, his face lit up with genuine surprise and joy. "Emily, what are you doing here?" I smiled and walked in. "I missed you. We need to talk." Over dinner at a cozy Italian restaurant, overlooking the city lights, I opened up about my loneliness and how the distance was wearing on me. To my relief, he listened without judgment. "I've been so focused on work," he confessed. "I thought I was doing it for us, but now I see it's driving us apart." We spent the weekend reconnecting, walking in Central Park, talking late into the night, rediscovering the spark. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Back home, I hired a new housekeeper, Maria, a kind woman with a no-nonsense attitude. She kept the house spotless and became a kind of confidant. But I never forgot Robert. I wondered where he had ended up, hoping he would get a better chance. Months passed, and our marriage grew stronger. David cut back on travel, delegating more to his team. We started couples therapy, learning to communicate better. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sunset, I confessed everything about that night to Robert, leaving out the obvious details, but sharing the emotional turmoil. David held my hand. "We're human, Emily. The important thing is that we learn from it." His apology healed something deep inside me. Life in Chicago moved on. I volunteered at a local community center, helping families like Robert's, immigrants who sent money home, struggling to balance work and family. It gave me purpose, a way to make amends. One day, sorting through donations, I ran into Robert. There he was, undressing for his children. Our eyes met, and there was an awkward pause. "Mrs. Thompson," he said, nodding. "Robert, how are you?" I asked truthfully. He smiled slightly. "I'm doing well. I got a job at a hotel in town. My wife is joining me soon." I apologized again, but he waved her off. "Water under the bridge. Glad to see you're okay." We had a brief conversation about life, no hard feelings. It was the closure I didn't know I needed. The experience taught me valuable lessons about boundaries, loyalty, and the fragility of relationships. Loneliness can lead us astray, but integrity, like Robert's, can pull us back. In the end, it's not about the mistakes we make, but how we grow from them. Our home now felt warm, filled with laughter and shared moments. David and I planned a vacation, just us, to rekindle the romance. As for Robert, I silently wished him all the happiness he deserved. Life's twists and turns can be dangerous, but they often lead to sweet resolutions. Dear friends, let me know how you liked today's story in the comments. Share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.